So, people, Friday Night SmackDown. What in the sweet fuck did we watch? So, all right, I'm not here to do a show breakdown. Let me just say this. I've said it already before. How these characters all just have this bougie, little childlike, bratty, whiny type personas. And Tiffany Stratton, she's champion. The fans wanted her to be champion. And now all of a sudden she's like some little whiny, bratty little child that just can't. She can't leave a wrestling ring with her hand in the air and looking like a champion. She's getting beat up every time she comes out, regardless to what happens, whether it's an attack from the outside. Of course, she's winning. She still has the title, but I'm saying like her handling is just like it's like man, she's another one. Is she a heel or a face? What is she? But she just has this whiny little brat bougie. I don't know what it is with this bougie shit, but it's just like everybody seems to have it. Look, you know, she goes in there. Okay, she won her match against the other little chick that basically just does nothing but lose to everybody. That's with Nia Jackson. She goes in there, she wins the match, but Nia comes out, beats her up, gives her the weakest that her little splash off the top rope, the second rope, whatever. She barely even sat on it at all. But I'm just watching the match and I'm feeling like okay, just typical, just typical of what direction they've been going with Tiffany Stratton ever since she got the belt. I really just I'm saying the WWE is just I don't know what the hell is going on, but they are doing this whole it's just like some PG-10 shit that they're doing. Like seriously, I guess there's a time when things happen where you outgrow certain things and it just doesn't appeal to you because as a grown man, the stuff that they're doing is just like a bunch of little children running around, man. All right. Anyways, Drew McIntyre is nothing but a bum, nothing but a jobbing bum right now. He loses match after match after match after match. He does absolutely nothing but come out and talk about CM Punk, come out and talk about his obsession with CM Punk. He comes out and says the same shit every single week. He gets his ass whooped when he does wrestle, and then he sits there with that shocked look on his face after he loses. And it's like, I do not understand the direction they're going with him. He came to SmackDown. Nick Aldis promised him it would be different. They remember all that shit he said? And it's like, okay, so you're okay with being booked, but losing all the time. Because that's what's happening to him. What else did I see? I saw Bianca get beat up. Her and Naomi got beat up by Liv Morgan and Raquel. And it feel like they rushed it just for the sake of bringing out The Rock so he could have his segment with Cody and they could have all the time to stand there and do what they did. And this was one of those shows that I watched and I'm sitting there the whole time and I'm just knowing nothing's going to get better. Like it's just going to be the same type of stuff throughout the night. And don't get me wrong, like Tiffany Stratton's match wasn't a bad match. It just wasn't enough to change the pace of things to make you really feel like nothing stood out. And the fact that this is all building up to Elimination Chamber to then go to WrestleMania. This is a weak, super weak build up to everything. And in fact, everything that I saw, I just remember sitting there watching, and I'm like, okay, I'm the type of person, I don't go into anything watching it thinking it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Hey, let's see what happens. But I don't think that they're doing what they're doing unintentionally. I think it's purposely that they're writing shows the way they're doing, and in their minds, they think that this is good stuff. This stuff is awful, man. Look, let me just get to this. The Rock, one of his strong points is what he does on that microphone. The Rock, this was the worst, one of the all-time most confusing, senseless, pointless, stupid, waste of time type promos I've ever seen and heard. The Rock comes out and he's getting cheered. He starts singing when the Saints come marching in. He's thanking the crowd. They're cheering him, Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. He insults the crowd, saying they're the most STD infected city or something to that effect or whatever. And then they start to boo. They cheer. They boo. They cheer. He calls out Cody Rhodes. Now, he tells Cody Rhodes so many times that he's a great champion, and he's talking about, show a picture of his mother and her, and the two moms together, talking about they became friends, and now him and Cody became friends, and nothing really shocks me anymore. But I'm going to say, I'm looking at The Rock thinking like, what? It kind of caught me like off guard because first off, The Rock's presence is only, like I told you guys, I've been saying this, I told you guys in the last couple of videos I made. Anytime that the ratings go down, anytime to build up towards WrestleMania, you know that The Rock is going to pop out at some point. And the fact that they went from a 6.0 to a 2.9 from the genesis of Raw on Netflix to now, and basically my whole thing with that was, now let's bring The Rock in and get a ratings boost because, like I said, they do not have the confidence in their younger talent. So they bring The Rock in, and here's the crazy part. The fact that people will actually tune in to watch a person talk versus watch a match or watch someone else come out and talk, it goes to show you what I'm saying. And his promos, as crappy as it was, his style is just different from what everybody else does. This was pure hot goose poot. What type of goofy goose poot did we just witness? This was hot crap. And I'm trying to understand it as a grown adult. I don't even see why a kid would like it, but I'm trying to understand it. He does all this praising of Cody. Then he tells Cody he wants him to be what he never had, his brother. He tells Cody he wants him to be his champion. And I'll take you from here to here. He asked him how many times you got a lot of, subscribe, social media subscribers. I have, what do you say? Basically, how he has far more than Cody does. He can promise him his family and all. He'll take him here. What is he gonna do as his champion? What does he mean? What? I'm sitting here like, okay, this is like a really awkward, weird feeling touching the man's face, the way he kept staring at him, and then he's telling him about how the biggest WrestleMania of all time, the biggest match of all time, The Rock versus Roman, and how he stood up to The Rock and he slapped the shit out of The Rock, and he basically got his respect, and he wanted him to be his champion. And he tells him towards he's going, I want that. And then Cody goes, this is all this is about is you want my world title. And he goes, no. Tells him, I want your soul. Usually that's a movie line, and the person saying that they want to take the life of the person that they say. He means it in the way of, nah, I want you to be my personal puppet. Do what I want you to do. But what is The Rock possibly going to do with Cody that's going to all of a sudden people are supposed to care more? Listen, last year you was fighting this man, you put a family tree up. Remember that? He put the family tree up. It showed how his family's the most dominant family in the wrestling business ever. He did all of this talking about what his family meant to him. He does all this bonding with Roman Reigns, and he's such a family man. Now all of a sudden he cares more about Cody because Cody's holding a title. I mean, wouldn't you rather do that with your cousin Roman? Wouldn't you rather do that with Jacob Fatu or one? Wouldn't you rather do that with your family? Wouldn't you rather do that with Jey Uso, somebody that's family? Why Cody? Man, this is what I mean about these storylines, man. They have such a kid-like logic to them. And this was awful, man. Like this was embarrassing. And I'm sitting here watching. You know, it's funny to me because I watch I watch all different types of wrestling, and I like the shows for what they are. And when it comes to the WWE, it's like people want so bad to always just they can't just watch a show for what it is. They have to always go in the comment section and bring up AEW and other companies and how WWE's this is complete garbage. If this same exact promo, if this was The Rock and Cody Rhodes standing in an AEW ring saying the same exact bullshit, not one of you would be out there talking about that was a great segment. Man, please, you guys would be saying, look at how great The Rock's promos used to be. This is AEW's bullshit. No, this is exactly what I'm saying. And this is why when I watch this shit, I'm really trying to understand what other people are seeing. And every time I turn around, somebody now is complaining about what WWE is doing. And it's like, I'm not one of these people that, hey, I'm angry, I'm pissed off, let me complain about wrestling, no. I'm just being brutally honest about what the fuck I'm seeing happening in this ring. And I've always respected the shorter storylines more. And what I mean by shorter storylines is, one, we don't need 5 and 6 wrestlers to come in the ring and talk for fucking 15 minutes. We don't need a storyline to be so dramatized that it goes out to the point where we keep getting the same matches every other episode. It just makes no sense to me to do that. And then you just keep getting rematches. They'll die down a few just to bring that rematch right back. And it's just one of these things where when I'm watching this shit and I'm saying this is the build up to WrestleMania, you know, because regardless of what they're doing for the Elimination Chamber, it's still everything is point A, point B, connect the dots. Point C, WrestleMania. And this is just like an awful build-up, man. And The Rock tells Cody Rhodes he has until the Elimination Chamber. Then he wants his answer then. Regardless of what they may try to cook up, man, this was just like a really weird-ass segment. And I mean, even The Rock bringing up the movie, thanks for making that movie the number one movie and did X amount of money and whatever. And he's just talking about the owner of TKO and how Rock's the most powerful man. And this segment was just so ridiculous. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, I don't. If you ever feel embarrassed for someone, like you're looking at them like, are you serious? Like, I really, it was a time watching this segment, and I'm sitting here going, this shit is really happening. Like, The Rock is really standing in this ring with Cody Rhodes saying all the things he's saying. What, like, hey, listen, hey, man, it is what it is, man. Only thing I can say is we'll see where it goes from here, because this was garbage. And the worst part about it is, I know that they brought The Rock on there. Suddenly, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because this was supposed to be a ratings boost. And I doubt very seriously that that's what happened. For the people that tuned in to see what The Rock had to say, I know there was a lot of disappointed people. This segment and the show itself, this was weak. This is a terrible build-up to Elimination Chamber. This is a terrible build-up to WrestleMania. And when you slip this bad, it's like, what the hell are you going to do to get on track? I can't even say get back on track. They were never on track in the first place to really build an interest. Who cares about what's happening? Who cares, man? Who really cares? I mean, The Rock did hero stuff. He did heel stuff. He did hero stuff. He did heel stuff, all in the same fucking segment. This was completely stupid. I closed this video with the question, what type of goofy goose poop did we just see? This was a goose fart of a show. It stunk. And it made no sense. This is all I got for you guys now. I will catch you guys in the next video.